One of the things I notice a lot with people who join us, John, is how proud they feel. They didn't just break away from any negative thoughts they had had, but a lot of them share how important it was to break away from the tribe around them, telling them they can't, they shouldn't, or it scares them. There is, I don't know if the numbers have gone up, it feels like it has. People worrying about approval from others instead of seeking support from others.
It comes from insecurity. It comes back to that self-image piece, right? If you think about it, from the time we are born, most people don't have a healthy environment to grow in. If we are wired, at the unconscious or subconscious levels, to have a scarcity mindset or a protective mindset or a fear-based mindset as the core of how we operate, then that's going to win out over logic and over information. Information doesn't make people change.
How do we help someone who's recognizing this pattern in themselves and recognizing, okay, so I actually do need to change something. I am too reliant on what other people think, or I am too reliant on old patterns that aren't helping.
There's two things that you just percolated from my mind. One is a story. When I was 19 years old, I was getting into a lot of trouble with the law. I'd left high school at grade 11. I didn't think I was smart enough, didn't think I was good enough. My grades proved me to be right. And so my brother introduced me to this man by the name of Alan Brown, who was a very successful real estate developer, had real estate offices, happily married, children, it looked like just a perfect life. So I sat down at lunch with him, and he asked me about my vision and my goals for my life. And I was 19 years old. I said, my goals, I want to get a job. I want to get my own apartment, move out of my parents' house. I'd love to buy my own car. And he goes, yeah, oh, okay. Basic, easy. What are your other goals? And I said, what do you mean? He says, well, what else do you want to achieve? And I don't know. I never thought about it. So he gave me this document. And on this document, the first question, Sharon, was, at what age do you want to retire?
Oh, wow. I love that question.
I'm 19, retired. I'd like to get a job. Forget about retire. Next question, how much net worth do you want? And he says, just write down something. So I wrote down, I want to retire at age 45. I want a net worth of $3 million. I might as well have written 3 billion. Nobody that we knew was a millionaire, let alone have $3 million in net worth. I want to travel the world. I want a Mercedes Benz. I want a nice house. I want to retire my parents. I wrote down all this stuff. And he read it. He said, this is actually a pretty good vision, some good goals. And he says to me, he said, John, he said, you seem like a nice enough young guy, and yeah, you're getting in trouble, and yeah, there's some language and self-image issues that I can pick up on quite fast. He said, but I'm going to ask you one question, and the answer to that question will determine whether you achieve every one of those things on this sheet of paper, on these sheets of paper. Like, one question is going to determine whether I achieve these or not. So he says to me, are you interested in achieving these goals, or are you committed? I said, what? He said, are you interested or are you committed? And I said to him, well, what's the difference? He says, listen, if you're interested, you're going to allow your limiting beliefs about what's possible to hold you back. If you're interested, you're going to do everything but what you need to do to be committed. And if you're going to be committed, you're going to have to upgrade your knowledge and your skills. You're going to have to create beliefs that match the vision and goals you want to have. And you're going to have an attitude, I'll do whatever it takes, that's honest and legal, instead of the attitude you have right now of dishonest and illegal. So, are you interested or are you committed? I remember, feeling this excitement and fear at the same time. And I just yelled, well, I'm committed. And he put his hand out. He says, in that case, I'll mentor you.
I love it. And I also believe what you did a little bit more than that. You took action in that moment. You said you were committed and then you did something about it. It's because words can be cheap, John. Yeah, I'm committed. What are you doing about it? That moment, you allowed it to infuse you and you made a new decision.
Yeah, the other part of that story is he said, great, well, the first thing I need you to do is move from Toronto to Montreal. And I said, what? How am I going to move from Montreal to Toronto? I don't have a car. I don't have a job. I don't have any money. He says, there you go. You're already giving me excuses. I said, I know, but these are real. This is true. And he said, I don't care if it's real or true. Are you interested or are you committed? Make the decision first. figure out the how next. Says there's your first lesson. So if you are committed to a solution, a different life, a better life, then the answer of how to already exists. The fact that you may not know it is irrelevant to the equation. If you're committed to an outcome, the how to is already here. You just need to make a decision that you want to and are committed to.